Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video here on the channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to be showing you how to start a social media marketing agency from completely scratch. If you're completely broke, all you need is $60 per month in order to start your own social media marketing agency. And I'm going to show you exactly all the tools you need, all the methods you need, and everything else you need in order to start a social media marketing agency. So stay tuned. So guys, right before I jump into this video is taking me quite a while to actually detail all the software you're going to need, all the methodologies behind it. Not only that, but it's going to be extremely valuable for you guys. So please do me a massive favor. Please drop a like, drop a comment, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. So let's get straight into this, guys. So the first thing you're going to need when starting a social media marketing agency is obviously some sort of name. Now, a lot of people go into too much detail with their name. They're trying to figure out this, come up with this elaborate social media marketing agency name. You don't need any of that. All you need is to literally name your social media marketing agency, literally your first name, your last name.com. I'm not even joking, guys. So the first thing to do is obviously come up with a name that's completely free, of course. I would not spend more than 2 minutes on this, guys. I'm telling you right now, it is not your social media marketing agency name that's going to get you clients. It's the actual actions you're going to take after this video once you know exactly how to start your social media marketing agency and how to actually go about getting clients, which I'm going to be teaching in this particular video as well. So go and sort out your name. I literally, like I said, I don't recommend you spend more than 2 minutes on this. Literally at the start of my actual agency, my agency was literally just called montelgordon.com. I'm not even joking. So that's the first thing you need to do. Come up with a name. The second thing you need to do is actually go and spend some money. This is the first thing we're going to be buying, and that is 2 email domains. Now you're thinking, why on earth do we need 2 email domains? Well, if you're going to be doing a lot of email outreach, which is what I recommend because it's easy to get, for example, huge business owners on the phone. It's easy to basically communicate directly with owners of business, and everybody pretty much has an email address. You could literally go and email like Elon Musk right now if you really wanted to, or like Bill Gates. I'm pretty sure they don't, check their emails themselves, but you get the idea, guys. You can headhunt for certain people and you'll probably 99% of the time find their email address somewhere around the internet or some sort of website, and you'll be able to email them. That's why I love emails. So the reasons why you want 2 domains or 2 emails, if you will, because again, guys, what I'm going to be doing is using Google domains to actually register 2 domains, and both of those domains are going to come attached, and you're actually going to buy G Suite, which is the professional domain. So like montel@montelgordon.com would be an email address, and then montel@montelgordon.net would be another domain. So if your agency name is montelgordon.com, which obviously it's not, that would be my website. So montelgordon.com would be my website. That would also come with an email, because I'm actually going to buy G Suite for both of these. Now that's where your website's going to be living on. You don't want to send emails out on montel@montelgordon.com. That's where your second domain comes in. So you're going to build your website on montelgordon.com. That would be like your website, and the email with that is your internal email, if you will. That's for like emailing clients back and forth, like invoicing and stuff like that, which we'll get into later on down the line. Then you're going to register another domain, which is montelgordon.net, or whatever your agency is, .net or .org. Now, again, the reason for this, guys, is if you start sending out emails on your domain that actually hosts your website. So if your website again is montelgordon.com and your email address attached to your website it is montel@montelgordon.com, you don't want to send emails on that one, because you're going to burn out that email domain. And when you burn out that email domain, that's going to affect your website's visibility and stuff like that. And you're going to want to change your website to another domain, which is a pain in the ass. So what I would do if I was you guys, and what I highly recommend, is not send emails from your website domain where your website's hosted. Just go and get the same domain but with a different ending. And again, just to elaborate on this, guys, if you've got the domain montelgordon.com, you go and get montelgordon.net, and the .net version is your burner account, which you send your emails from. Burner account in quotations. So guys, how much does all this cost? Well, to buy your domain outright straight away is going to cost you, I believe it's $12 over in the US. I know it's £10 over here in the UK, but I believe it's actually $12 in the US. Obviously $1 a month if you think about it. Then you have to buy G Suite for both of those domains. That's $6 per month. So each domain is going to cost you $7 per month in total. So that's $14 per month right there. So that's $14 on just emails. Now what you're going to do, guys, is make sure you've got some sort of calendar software set up. I highly recommend Acuity Scheduling. You can use Calendly, which is free. I believe Acuity Scheduling has a calendar free plan on their calendar software. So these software basically, guys, do the exact same thing. They are a calendar where you send over to clients, for example, when you're talking to them, and they can, select your calendar, go through your times that you have already pre-set up. They can select a time in your calendar, and then you can actually jump on a call with them. So that's what those software do. They're just calendar softwares, guys, that keep you organized, but I highly recommend this. This is like one of the things that I always recommend. As soon as you start like an SMMA, the first thing you want to do is set up your email, set up your calendar software, and then set up Zoom, which I'll get into in a second. So what I recommend you guys do, guys, is get the $15 per month plan on Acuity Scheduling. There's also a 14-day free trial on there as well, guys. So if you just go to their website, there's a 14-day free trial. I don't think I have an affiliate link for that. But guys, look, the reason why I say get the $15 per month plan is because it's going to allow you to send automatic email reminders. So when somebody books in a call with you, and if you don't know what I'm talking about here, literally go below. There's a link to my actual calendar. Click on that and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. That is Acuity Scheduling. And as you can see, you can go through my calendar and select certain times to actually talk to me. That's exactly what you're going to want for your actual agency. So as you can see, I use Acuity Scheduling for my personal brand on my YouTube videos, and I also use it for my websites, my funnels. I also use it for like doing content and stuff like that, and for my agency as well. So make sure you have some sort of calendar software set up. Then what you want to do, guys, is make sure you go and set up and again, Acuity Scheduling, like I said, is $15 per month. So factor that into your total cost right now. So guys, what you also want to go and get is Zoom. Zoom is completely free. Zoom is like Skype, basically. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Zoom right now, guys, because I literally have a video on how to set all this up. It's like one of my, I think it's like 2 videos back on like, I think the title is actually how to automate your SMMA meetings or something like that. If you haven't watched that, watch that now. I might throw it in the card somewhere. But yeah, guys, you want to go and watch that video because that shows you exactly how to set up your Acuity Scheduling and integrate your Zoom account. So when people jump on your calendar, select a time, and then show up for your meetings, they automatically click a link. Basically, they click a link and it takes them to a Zoom meeting, which is your Zoom meeting ID, and you get to basically have a call one-on-one on Zoom, which is where you're going to host all your meetings. So that's completely free. I use the free version of Zoom, so you don't need to spend any money on that, which is great. The next thing you're going to want to need, guys, is Google Sheets. Google Sheets actually comes with your Google domain, so that's why we want to actually go and get G Suites, because when you get G Suite, you actually get Google Sheets. Google Sheets is going to be where you're going to store all your leads. So what I recommend you do is get Google Sheets and then create a couple of columns. So the columns you want to create are company name, business owner's first name, business owner's second name, their email address, which is verified, their LinkedIn address, and then any other sort of notes or anything like that about the business in there. You can obviously create more columns than that, but those are just the basic ones just to get you started. And then what you're going to do is actually start lead sourcing manually. I'm going to be showing you how to do that in a second, or even walking you through that how to do that in a second. But that's what you want to do to kind of host your leads. So what you can also do, guys, is with your Google Sheets, you can actually connect that with HubSpot using Zapier. So this allows you to basically, whenever a row is being added into your Google Sheet, when you find a new business, you can actually update. You can tell Zapier to update, and this is one of its zaps. Basically, Zapier, if you don't know, is like a integration software. It's like a third-party software that allows 2 softwares to basically do something. So if something happens in your Google Sheet, Zapier will then update HubSpot. So HubSpot you can actually use as a free CRM system, so you can see your pipeline in a visual format. You can use Pipedrive, but we're obviously on a shoestring budget here, so we're not going to use that. We're going to use HubSpot because it's completely free, and you can actually hook that up with Zapier, I believe, on the free plan. I believe you can. Don't quote me on that. I actually believe you can though. If not, just literally use Google Sheet. Don't overcomplicate it anyway. You can basically run your whole entire CRM on Google Sheet. But if you want to get a little bit fancy, yes, you can use Google Sheets with Zapier hooked up with HubSpot. And again, you can do like, I believe when you update a new row in there, it will actually update your columns, or should I say your stages within HubSpot. And those guys, if you're wondering, like I said, G Suite's free. Zapier, I believe, has a free plan, and because we're only using like one Zapier, I believe you can actually have that plan free forever, unless they've changed the pricing since you've watched this. But I know at the time of recording this, I believe it's actually free. If not, there's a 14-day free trial. I wouldn't recommend buying Zapier straight away if it's not a free plan. I'd rather just you stick to Google Sheets and use that as your CRM. And then HubSpot is completely free to use forever, I believe. So you don't actually need to pay for that if you're just going to use the most basic stuff for that. So now that we've basically got a few starting software out of the way, it's time for you to start thinking about what niche to get into. So what I would do if I was you guys is I wouldn't just pick a niche that you just kind of feel good about. That's not a great way to start a business. Nobody in the right mind who's been successful has started a business just off of a gut feeling. If you look into all the success stories, they did ample research. If you actually take a look into, I believe it was Sam Walton, who actually founded like Walmart and stuff like that. He literally did so much research that he was literally flying in a helicopter around the city where he actually founded, like, created his stores to see how much traffic was going through that particular location, to see where was best to set up his stores. So that sort of research is what you need to do in your business. Obviously not hiring out helicopters to fly around your city. What I'm talking about here, guys, is literally pick a niche and then Google, like, what's it like to actually be in that niche? What's it like to be a business owner in that niche? What struggles do they go through? And you actually want to do this research on your own and come up with a service. This is what you call the reverse market research approach, or the reverse market approach, because what you're doing is you're finding a niche first, then you're Googling to see if they have any problems. For example, e-commerce businesses, they're notoriously crap when it comes to their conversion rate. The average e-commerce website only converts around 1 to 3% at the max. Typically it's like 1.5%. So if you can create an agency that helps them increase their conversion rate from 3% to even 4%, literally 1% more, you are going to be able to charge a lot of money for that, because it depends on how much traffic, of course, that one particular brand is getting. But if they're, a huge e-commerce store and you can increase their conversion rate by like 1%, that could literally be added on an additional like 20 grand for them if they're doing huge numbers, of course. So think about it in terms of that. You actually want to go and find a niche, find that particular problem, and then go about thinking to yourself, how can I solve this problem for them? Or how can I figure out putting the right people in place to actually figure out that problem for them? And another obviously big problem that e-commerce businesses have are obviously getting qualified traffic, which is where paid traffic advertising services come in, such as Facebook ads, Google ads, Snapchat ads, SEO. You guys know the rest of all this sort of stuff if you're talking about social media marketing. But the key here, guys, is not just to go out there, think of a service, and then just say, I'm going to offer Facebook ads to this niche just because I want to. That's not how it works. You actually want to find a niche, figure out their problems first, and then figure out what their top problems are, and then figure out if you can sort of come up with an idea or some sort of solution to solve that problem. And that's what business is, guys. You actually get paid in direct proportion to the size of the problems that you are able to solve for a business. So that's what I'm kind of hinting at here. So guys, this brings me on to my next point, which is go to Upwork.com and create a client account. We're not going to be using Upwork right now for outreach right now, guys, just because Upwork is a paid method where you actually, pay for connects and then you can actually apply to jobs. So we're going to leave that out for now. We're going to stick to more traditional routes such as email, cold calling, LinkedIn messages, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, that sort of stuff. But what I'm hinting at here, guys, is you're going to go to Upwork.com, create a client account, not a freelance account, a client account. And what you're going to do is post out looking for a media buyer, a social media manager, whatever service you're trying to offer that you're not good at and you don't know yourself. And when I say good at, you need to be an expert at this. If you're going to charge a business owner, $2 grand, $1 grand per month, $3 grand per month, you need to be an expert at your service. And honestly, guys, if you're going to try to become an expert at something like Facebook ads, it's going to take you a long time. I'm talking at least like 6 months. And I'm talking not 6 months of watching courses. Watching courses are great, but that's literally like learning how to ride a bike, watching a course. You could pick up tips here and there, but like the only way you can learn to ride a bike is just getting on a bike and actually just start riding. You're gonna fall, you're gonna stumble, you're gonna cut yourself. Most of the time, you're gonna have to wear a helmet, you're gonna have to wear knee pads, all that sort of shit when you first learn to ride a bike, because you're definitely gonna fall. And that's just the way learning is. No pain, no gain, as they say. To eliminate that, why not go and hire somebody or find somebody on Upwork.com, for example, as a client that already has gone through all this pain, all this suffering, and now is an expert at that service, and then hire them. And what you can actually do with that, guys, is it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win-win situation. Your client's going to get an expert at Facebook ads, so they're going to get great results. Your actual media buyer is going to be delivering results and doing what they love and getting paid from you. And you're also going to be, freeing up your time and retaining clients for longer, because your expert media buyer is actually delivering awesome results and you're going to get paid more. So yes, guys, I highly recommend you actually outsource Facebook ads from the very, very beginning. That doesn't mean though you don't need to understand your service good enough to sell it. You need to understand your service good enough so you can actually sell it to a client on your calls. So the next thing you want to do, guys, is create a free form on Google Forms. And what you're going to do is you're going to post out multiple days looking for your media buyer. You're going to create at least a 10-step questionnaire on Google Forms because it's completely free. And then all the responses you get from your media buyers or the potential media buyers that are actually replying to your job posting on Upwork, you're going to send them to this questionnaire and you're going to get them to fill them out. And the reason why you want to do this, guys, is because the questions are designed to vet the people that are obviously responding to your job to see if they have great results, know what they're doing, and are going to be a perfect fit for your agency. So make sure you take them through a questionnaire to vet them. Then what you're going to do is jump on a call with the top 3 of them, and then you're going to hire the best one and keep the next 2 in like your Rolodex. And guys, when I say hire your media buyer, I don't mean you're going to pay them $1,000 right there on the spot. What you're going to do is kind of have this weird mediary kind of like period where you've not got a client yet, but you've got this media buyer waiting on you to get clients. But you need to make them understand that it's obviously it's a process that you're going through. That you're actually going to start getting clients and you're going to bring them to them basically, and you have to come to an agreement and a negotiation on how much you're going to pay them, when you're going to pay them. So I recommend you pay them once you get a client and you actually, the ads go live, you're going to pay them 14 days into that, because you're not going to have any money. If you're on a shoestring budget, how are you going to pay your media by $1,000 if you've just got $2,000 paid from your client and it's still stuck in your Stripe account for 5 days? You need to tell your media buyer that this payment's going to clear, and in 14 days I'm going to send you your $500, $750, $1,000, however much it is you pay your media buyer. So that's kind of what I recommend. The next thing to do, guys, is pick your outreach method. So now that you've got your media buyer and you can use their results, you're now looking like a legit agency. You've got your personal domain, a professional domain. Don't use a G Suite domain. So now it's time to actually start your outreach. Now, here are your options, your free options. You've got cold calling is free. You've got obviously LinkedIn. You've got cold emails. You've got Facebook messages. You've got Instagram messages. If I was you guys, what I recommend is actually testing 100 of the same message on each platform. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 2 rounds of testing. So your first round of testing is to determine which platform or which outreach method is the best for your particular niche. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to keep your niche the same, your message the same, as in what you're actually saying to these clients the same, and you're going to change the platform. So you're going to have 2 constants and 1 variable. So the niche, the offer, or the message, if you will, and then the platform is going to be different. So what I mean by that is you're going to create a templated message kind of. Obviously you want to personalize this, by the way. You're going to create that message and you're going to go and find 100 leads. Now you're going to go and do this via Google, or you're going to scrape some leads using certain software. You can literally type in to Google how to scrape leads for free or how to scrape businesses for free, and you will literally find hundreds of videos on there. So that's another free method for you right there. Or you can just manually do it, type in real estate agents in Sheffield, real estate agents in London, and then go through and actually find the business owner's name, their actual personal email. You're going to find their LinkedIn as well. And then what you're going to do is actually go out and send them either 100 emails. So what you're going to do is find 100 people, and you're going to keep the platform the same with the same message for 100 emails. So or for 100 cold calls, or for 100 Facebook messages. So guys, just to be super clear on this, what you're going to do is collect at least 300 leads to actually reach out to, and then what you're going to do is keep the messaging the same, as in you're going to send each of these business owners the same kind of templated message with like a personalized bit at the top. Now, what you're going to do is each 100 messages, guys, what you're going to do is change the platform. So what I mean by that is if you have 300 leads in a Excel sheet, you're going to send the first 100 of them in that list, the first 100 of them, and cold email to see if they respond. And you're going to track your response rates, your open rates, your reply rates, that sort of stuff, and another Google sheet so you can see which method's working the best. Then you're going to send the next 100 leads in your sheet, maybe a Facebook message. Then the next 100, you're going to send them, you're going to do a cold call instead. So the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is because you're going to then identify which platform is going to work best and gets the best response rate for your particular niche. And that's the research you need to do. Then your second round of testing is, now that you've found the best platform, so what I recommend you do is take like your top 3 kind of like outreach methods, or the top 3 you're most comfortable with, and test them head to head with each other like I just showed you. Then the second thing you're going to do is then once you found the best one, so let's say you've tested cold calling versus cold emails versus LinkedIn messages, and you found that cold emails works the best, for example, then what you're going to do is then use cold email going forward and keep the platform the same, but this time you're going to collect another maybe 300 leads, for example, and then what you're going to do is email all of these leads. So the outreach method this time just going to be all email. This time what you're going to do is change up the messaging inside of your email to see which one gets the best response rate. Now what you're doing is doing what you call scientific testing, and this is what you call split testing. So what you do is you send 300 emails in total, but the first 100 has message A, the next 100 emails has message B, and then the next 100 emails has message C. So now you can see A, B, or C, which one gets the best response rate. Then you actually then scale up with that particular messaging, or you continue to reiterate until you found one that you're happy with. I'll be showing you how to split test cold emails in a future video. So I've got that actually planned to be recorded today. With that being said, guys, the next thing you want to do, guys, is you actually, whilst you're doing your outreach, you actually want to be creating and building what you call a case study video. Now, I believe this is going to set you way further ahead than all of your competition, and you can do this for completely free. Use Google Slides. So go to Google Slides and create a couple of slides based upon your services what you can actually do, your results from your media buyer now that you have one, what your service is all about, what it entails, and how they can get in touch with you and stuff like that. And you want to give value in that particular video. Actually give away your strategies. So you actually want to talk to your media buyer, how did you get these results? And you want to actually lay it down on the table and show how you've actually been able to get these results. And that's going to basically take you from like just being like a fly-by-night operation to like an actual real business that actually has a real process, real results, real past clients and stuff like that. And it's going to put you so much more ahead. You're going to look more trustworthy than everyone else. And again, what you can do, guys, is literally use a free recording software such as Loom on your video. And you're going to create a 15 to maybe even 25-minute long video. Loom's not actually free. I actually just remembered that. Actually go back. So what you can actually do is use any sort of other free recording software. You can actually Google free recording software for Mac or free recording software, screen recording software for Windows, and you'll actually find it. If you have PowerPoint on your computer, you can use PowerPoint. If I believe it's Keynote on Apple, you can use Keynote. If you don't have any of those, you can use Google Slides, which are completely free. Then what you're going to do is kind of create slides, show examples of your ads and stuff like that, show results in your ads and stuff like that, and overall give kind of like a feel for what you can do and some results. That's what you call your case study video. Then what you're going to do is export that video, upload it to Vimeo, and that's going to be your case study video. And again, it's 15 to 25 minutes long. The reason why we use Vimeo is because it's more professional than YouTube and it looks cleaner in my opinion, and you can upload videos that are more than 10 minutes long, because when you create a new channel, I believe that the limit is like 10 minutes or something like that. So use Vimeo because it looks professional. Then what you're going to do, guys, is create a website. This is the next kind of step. Website creating should not take you more than 1 day. You have 1 day to create a website, and what it should be is not a website. It should be a funnel. It should just be literally just one page saying we help your particular niche scale to whatever it is. Watch this case study. It should just be one button on your page, and it should just take them to a opt-in where they opt in to watch your case study. They watch the case study. After they watch the case study, there's another video below your case study which says take me to book a call with you. They click that button, then you embed your Acuity scheduling calendar on that particular page so they can book a call in with you, and that's going to give you very, very warm leads. Now what you're going to do is whenever you reach out to clients, whatever method you're using, you're also going to add them on LinkedIn. This is the trick, guys. This is the key. Even if you're doing cold calls, once you send a message, an email out to somebody, you're also going to connect with them on LinkedIn. The reason being is because you're going to use your LinkedIn to continuously build up kind of like a tribe, if you will, or an audience, and you're going to post at least twice a week on your LinkedIn talking about results, how to get results using your services. You're going to talk about your services. For example, if you're helping real estate agents, you're going to talk to them about like 3 crucial mistakes that all real estate agents are making when it comes to their Facebook ads. Just little blog articles. And what I recommend you do, guys, is create content that looks good, create content that has a call to action in it, such as, if you're struggling with this, DM me. If you want to see a case study on this, click here to watch our case study, that sort of stuff, to basically get inbound leads as well. And the thing is, this grows very slowly, but it grows very bigly in the background. And all the people that have, emailed you, they'll see your name and you're going to get multiple touch points in. So that's kind of what I recommend you do right there and then, guys. So guys, quickly just going back to your website. When you build your website, again, you're going to use that domain that I told you to buy. So the one domain is for your website, and then another domain is for obviously emails. The domain that's not for emails is the one you're going to use for your website. That would be like the .com version. The .net version would be like your emails, for example. So what you're going to do, again, come up with a business name, come up with a logo. Logo should just literally be a piece of text. That should be your logo. Should not spend more than 10 minutes on this. I'm not even joking. All of my logos have just been my initials, MCG. I literally just typed in MCG. That was my logo. Exported it out of Adobe Illustrator as a PNG, transparent background, and that's always been my logo, like ever since. Or like a little square version. You can even use Canva, for example, .com. That's completely free to get a logo. So you don't need to spend money on that. So guys, when it comes to your website though, you're gonna have to spend $16 per month on this. Now I recommend you use something like Squarespace, because Squarespace allows you to actually create a really good looking website. And again, when I say website, guys, we're not really building a traditional website with like multiple blog articles and just random bullshit on there. We're creating a funnel. A funnel has a purpose. A website does not have a purpose. Websites are like online business cards. So a funnel actually is a functional website that actually has a purpose, which is to generate you leads, which is what you want to be doing. Those leads then go into a email software. You can actually use MailerLite, which is completely free, or even I believe MailChimp is completely free. That's a little bit technical though, so I won't get into that right now. But as you can see, guys, there's a lot more you can actually do with this. But right now, you're literally 99% ahead of all the businesses if you follow what I said. You've got a professional domain, you've got a case case study, you've got a website, you've actually got leads in your actual Excel sheet, and you're actually emailing them out, and you're split testing it in the right ways. So guys, now that you've got all these steps, all these software set up, such as your website, you've got your email set up, you've got your case study set up, you've got your LinkedIn and whatnot set up and optimized and whatnot, which I should have mentioned. If you don't have a LinkedIn, yes, go create a LinkedIn. It's completely free. Once you've got all that done and you've got your leads in your Excel sheet, like I said, you want to then start split testing 2 rounds of outreach. First round is to determine which platform is the best, or which outreach method is the best for your niche. Once you found the best method for your niche, or outreach method for your niche, you then want to refine the messaging on that and continuously improve upon that until you start setting meetings. Once you set these meetings, you want to send over your calendar, which we've already discussed. They click on your calendar, they book in a time, they go through your questionnaire. They then jump on a call with you using Zoom, which is completely free. And then when you close them, guys, what you're going to do is send them an invoice using either Stripe. Stripe has a free invoicing software. If not, you can use something called Simple Invoices, which is $10 per month, but you don't need to pay for that right now until you've actually closed a client. So you can literally close a client and then send them an invoice. I wouldn't really recommend doing that. I would actually just get Simple Invoices like once you start setting meetings, because you have like a 2-week free trial, I believe it is, because it's $10. You don't want to be wasting your money here. But guys, that's how you go about it. You send invoices via Simple Invoices, because that's going to allow you to basically set up recurring payments. If not, you can send invoices via Stripe anyway, and Stripe is completely free. It just takes, I believe it's like 2% or 1.8% off. I believe it's actually 2% plus a couple of pennies or something like that of the transaction fee. Don't quote me on that, you can go Google it. I've been using Stripe now for friggin' ages. Pretty much all my payments go through Stripe. PayPal, I wouldn't recommend you use because it holds money and stuff like that. And either or whatever payment process is available for you, go and use that, and then go and grab a software such as Simple Invoices. Simple Invoices, like it does what it says on the tin, sends over Simple Invoices, allows you to do recurring billing and stuff like that. Cost you $10 per month though, so you don't need to buy that straight away. This is not one of those things you just buy it straight away. Domain, website is something you'd buy straight away. Your calendar software is something you'd buy straight away. So those are the only 3 things you're pretty much buying straight away. So guys, just to wrap up this video and sum up the total cost of running and starting a social media marketing agency is $60 in total. Now I've actually got the piece of paper in front of me right now just to quickly do some maths. So you've got 2 domains coming in at $14 per month each, because again, I'm just going to kind of calculate it as what it would cost you throughout the entire year, because again, you know, the domains you actually pay $12 up front for, and if you divide that by 12 months in a year, because it's a yearly price, you get $1 per month, plus then you have $6 for your G Suite, so that's $7 per month per domain. So you got 2 domains, that's $14. Then you also have to have hosting for your website. I believe you can go to like hostgator.com and actually get hosting for like $5, so that's $19 in total. Then you have your website coming in at $16 per month, so right now we've got $35 per month. Then we have Acuity scheduling, which is your calendar software that's hooked in with Zoom, which is free. So Acuity you're only paying for, which is $15 per month. That takes our total to $50 per month. Then we also have Simple Invoices.com, sending over simple invoices literally, which is $10 per month. That brings our total to a grand total of $60 per month to start a beautiful business. So as you can see, you don't pay for your actual contractor straight away or your media buyer straight away. So the price literally is $60 per month for your social media marketing agency. I suggest you watch this video back, understand it, and go and start your social media marketing agency ASAP. Whatever you have to do to get $60 per month. If you're dead broke, sell some shoes, sell some shit on eBay, sell some shit that you don't use, go and get that $60 per month. Times that by 3 months, so you have like at least a minimum 3-month kind of run rate, or even try to times that by 6, so you have like, you know, $360, I believe that is. So you actually have all of that money up front, so that you have at least a 6-month run rate. So make sure you go do that. Make sure you're testing at least 10 emails, 20 emails a day, something like that. Keep consistent with this and do not quit, guys. Literally $60 per month is not much at all. I don't believe you can start any other business this cheap. You probably can, but I mean, this is the business right here you want to be into. That being said, guys, if you need any help with this, please drop me a comment, drop me a DM, or even just book in a completely free call with me with my link below. That being said, hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.